365, shake my hand. Look who's here today. Hey, Nunus. Hey, guys. Episode 3. I'm starting off like this. Today was a terrible, non-existent trading day, and that's okay, right? A lot of traders fail to kind of like recognize when to kind of like take a cool off, and I had to take a cool off. And this is how I cool off, by the way. I will take walks with my favorite people. I don't know. Hello. Eating chips. I think my boy still is watching TV, whatever. Listen. So what's going to happen tonight is I'm just going to spend time doing a full pending order list. Tomorrow is NFP. I am recording this. Today is the 4th of August or the 5th of August. Today is Thursday. So technically today was supposed to be day 3 of trading, and I did not trade. I chose not to trade. A lot of family stuff going on, and then yeah, it's just been a busy day. And if I'm not clear-minded, I'm just not going to do it. A lot of traders like to treat the markets as this, open till. You just go in every time. If your mind's not there, just don't do it, right? Because every dollar you risk and every dollar you lose is a dollar you can't get back, right? So let's quickly sit down sometime tonight and plan. So what I'll be doing is we're gonna go back to just mastering the swing. I'm gonna plot a lot of swing trades on the charts, and then next week or Friday, but really next week, we're gonna start to build intraday trades that link into those swing trades, right? And that's how I wanna move forward. But thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. 365. Cheers.
Shake my hand.
Shake my hand. 365. I'm gonna have to keep it a bit low. I hope I'm audible, but family's asleep, man. I actually thought I was gonna do this after my walk. The time now is 1 a.m. Friday, so I'm literally watching markets in the morning of NFP. I am just a little bit tired. It's been a long day, not a trading day. So yeah, it's just day in the life. This is literally how my life is shaping out in the month of August. Family death of, with my in-laws. So I'm just playing a supportive role. So there's not much I could do today. Tomorrow, it's now in the morning. So NFP is going to be at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to be very busy in the morning, but I can't do any academy stuff. I can't do any trading corporate stuff. But at 1 p.m. I'll be in front of my computer. So I want to show you something. Price has been frozen here for the last 24 hours. I mean, yesterday, right now is 1 a.m. on the 6th of August, Friday. The whole day on Thursday, this consolidation. I'm going to talk about all these trades that I took and the ones that I lost. I'm sure in the previous episode that you guys have just watched, you should by now have seen in episode 2 that actually got wiped out of these particular trades. And then as soon as that happened, markets have just been consolidating. Why? Well, because it's NFP today, right? So to me, this looks like a PCP, right? A push up here. I might need to reconsider these sells. I really do want to sell here, but I've done something very important that retail traders do not do. Right? I have done something extremely important, and this is big because for me, it's already told me a couple of things about the series I'm running in episode 3, that there are a lot of things that I'm doing wrong, and immediately I need to pay attention to them, right? But anyways, markets have been consolidating. NZD, USD, pretty much also been consolidating. It's like, give us the data, and then we'll maneuver, right? So the only people who have one more chance to make a big move is the London session tomorrow, right? Look at that sideways movement, pound USD, JPY. There's a whole lot of consolidations in the markets, big ones. That big buy we took on euro pound price came back. Thank God I took profits there, although I really wanted to write this thing all the way up there. I am aware of a better demand at the bottom, right? There's a better demand. And anyways, this was a unicorn buy, right? Remember, our governor is technically falling, but I truly hoped, it was a hope that price would actually, make it all the way up there. But there's some buy pressure down here as well. It's very good imbalances. Maybe this next one here might might do the trick. I'm not sure, but right now I'm not doing much. The Euro USD, very similar consolidations, right? There are lots of consolidations happening across the charts. And that's because simply price is just waiting for that catalyst NFP data. But that's not what I want to talk about in this particular segment, right? I want to actually talk to you guys about the most important thing. 365 traders, the trading journal is up on the drive, and I'm going to do a walkthrough. I've updated a couple of things because what I was doing is I was just trading for this particular series, right? So this is season 1 of how to 5x, 10x, 20x your account. I'm filming episode 3 right now, and in episode 1 and 2, I'm realizing, I'm trying to absorb what happened, and it seems the recording myself while I trade, to create trading content for you guys, played a double false pressure on me, right? Because then now I have to get into trades and always be action, 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 action. And all of you who have taught before, I'm a swing trader predominantly. I mean, I don't have a problem intraday trading. And I want a lot of this content to be around intraday trading and trading in general, right? But either because I'm directing the so-called show or this mini documentary, and so I need to have content all the time. That's about to change, guys. All right, so I will be putting out content, I promise you. As long as I'm sitting on a desk and taking a trade, I will record it. But moving forward, in episode 3 on the 6th of August, I want to get this thing straight to myself, because I've just sat down now and inputted every single trade that I was recording and talking to you guys about. Every single trade, every single buy, sell, break even, small profits, big profits, and the losses. I've put it in here, and the spreadsheet, which is my trading journal, is now talking back to me and letting me know this is what you've done in the last 2 days. This is how you're moving, and it is either very good or very dangerous. Retail traders don't take this seriously. This is where all your money is going to be made, or where all your money will be lost in the future. Our markets price in everything. A trading journal prices in your success in the markets, right? So the way mine is designed, and if you're in the academy and you've got access to the remote course, it's there. Don't change anything. Don't mess with my formulas. I did get questions. All right, so at midnight, I spent about an hour playing around with different type of journals. So I've got this old one that I used to use, and we might need to bring it back. This is like from when I was trading back in the day. It's actually simpler, right? So you just put it in, you put in how much you deposited, blah, blah, blah. You talk about, I used to trade other things. Remember, I've been through a long journey with markets. I used to be a double bottom trader, sentiment analysis, blah, 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 supply and demand. I went through a lot, but I'll put it in there because I used to track a long time ago. I wanted data. I'm a research kid. I wanted to know what is the best win rate. And that's how I got to that conclusion that supply and demand does well. But anyways, all of these, the formulas are built in, right? So you just put it in, you put in where you entered your stop loss, your risk reward ratio, your lot sizing, very small lot sizing, big lot sizing. You have to be honest. You have to really do it. It's nicer if you start to input these things, as a plan. That means you set a pending order, put it in right now, right? And then when you exit because of a lock-in profit, you just update your journal and write exactly where you got out, right? Where was your take profit? Where did you actually get out? How many pips did you make? I made 30 pips. It'll calculate everything for you. So this is the easier journal. And I say easier because I know I've been getting a lot of questions with the journal that I gave to students, right? And then I'd write here, I held this for 1 day. I paid, $1 in swap charges. This actually adds up a lot. I made $20 profit. It was a clean breakout, went to my pullbacks, the reason why, et cetera, et cetera. And then it just continues and continues and continues and continues and continues. When you input the data, most of the stuff will come and reflect in the analysis, right? So I might go back to you sharing this, one of my older trading journals in the academy, right? I'll upload it in our remote course so that you guys can have a look. But right now, I like the one I use, the one that a lot of people seem to be confused about. And I want to talk about that in the segment of filming. It is 1 a.m. If I start to do market analysis, I will be so tired. But just so you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 charts to analyze. It's 1 a.m. I need to be up around 5. I'm going to go through 15 charts of analysis between 5 and 7 a.m. so that when everyone is around and the family is awake, I can be present, to support my family. But mentally also be prepared for NFP in the afternoon. It might happen that I might not take any trades. In fact, what I want to do is just mark order blocks, set pending orders, and then leave, right? And not care about the news per se, because fundamentally speaking, from a supply to demand swing analysis, I should be fine. I should be fine. But let's talk about a good trading journal and its importance, right? And this, guys, for me, this was a rude awakening because I had fun. I had fun the last 2 days, catching those 5-minute chart trades and look, guys, I had fun. And when I was taking the trades, literally, that's when the idea came. And I want to do this for a very long time. Why not document and record, try it out for 1 season. If people like it, then we can build a whole production around it. So I can actually hire people to film and edit, because geez, editing these videos takes forever. Editing, putting, various clips together. It's not my skill set, right? So see if you guys like this stuff. Again, I'll only know if you actually like those videos and actually comment. But let's talk about this. This is the most important part of your trading. I don't care about your strategy, all right? If you love your indicators, you love your support and resistance, and you can get a better risk-reward ratio, your win rate doesn't matter to me. What matters is, are you making money? Can you keep $1? I prefer supply and demand because I know it's a superior methodology to approach in markets. It gives me better probabilities, higher odds, and it tracks risk-reward ratio much more cleaner than any strategy. Now, this is, if you want to debate, comment down below in the debate, in the comment section for a debate, but you're not going to be able to convince me, because I've been trading for a very long time, and I've tried a whole vast of strategies, and I know it's now. This is the account that we've been dealing with, right? So you'd come here. If you have access to this or you want to make your own, it's up to you. If you know how to use Excel, blah, blah, blah. But if you're a registered 365 student, this is on the online course. You just download it and you make it work for yourself, right? So you put in your capital. If your capital is $100, put in $100. If your capital is 500, you just put that in there. Risk per trade, depending on the size of capital. You see me, I'm on 1%. I don't want to risk more than 1% per trade. I really don't, because there's no need for me to abuse leverage like that, right? Which means 1% of my capital right now is about $240, give or take, or 240 pounds, okay? Which means if the return on the lot size I'm choosing, normally I could start to average about, almost $3 per pip per movement if I was to use the maximum risk factor that I want, if I was to use the maximum risk factor that I want. And let me just quickly pull this up while I'm talking in the background, because it will help someone. Just excuse me 2 seconds while I mess around here on screen 3. Because for you to really, sink into what I'm saying, and I've already taught you before in the past, you might absolutely need to revisit module week 4 of module 1, right? You might actually want to go back and actually figure out for yourself what exactly is it that was said or that wasn't said, and how was it said when I'm talking about pips and leveraging. But it's in that week 4 folder of module 1, right? So now I know that this is an interesting place for me to be, right? So if I'm putting a lot size on those trades, as you guys saw in episode 1, episode 2, the lot sizes could have been big. Some of you might have thought they were big. I'm not so sure, right? 0.50, half a standard lot size. But technically speaking, because of the location of the area of value, it was about 20 pips, 30 pips,
sorry, it was about $30, $20, $50, because it was about 7 pips. It were very tight, strong areas of value, very small, which is not always a profitable strategy, right? Because you can still get stopped out, right? So sometimes the bigger the area of value, like if you're tracking it, if I've taught you before, I always tell you in your first few months of trading, make sure that you really give yourself better room. So you want daily stop loss. For those of you swinging, for those of you swinging, right? So in any case, now that I've got that out of the way, I started to input every single trade we've done together, right? So this is going to be a diary entry of every single trade we've done together. And what I've done is I've the instructions are here, guys. So I know the spreadsheet can be a little bit confusing, but number one, don't forget that I put this here. Values in these columns should be in pips or points rather than currency units. So let's say you take a trade in pound USD and it's at $1.572. Do not do that. Don't put the $1.572 what. Just enter the simple value. So put it at 15721, no commas. Let's say the entry point was something like the 0.6978. Where when you're coming right to, what's going on with this other screen now? Sorry, but when you're coming to put your entry point, and this was how you entered, right? You entered at 0.6, you can see this here, 0.69758. If you put it inside like that, right, it's going to mess up the formula. So the reason why I put this instruction here right above the spreadsheet was to let you guys know that it's Excel. It's sensitive to a lot of things. Commas and all those things mean something. So you simply just put it without the zero, without the comma, and it's 6978. If it's pound USD and you bought at 1.5872, right, you simply say, I bought this thing at 15,000, blah, blah, blah. You just remove the comma, essentially, right? I think that's too many numbers. That's 1 comma and then 4 decimal places and a piplet, right? So that's actually correct. You just remove the comma, that's all. In your entry points, in your profit targets, and your stop losses, that's how you write these things down, right? I'm gonna get, guys, it's so important, so please stick around. I'm just explaining how the trading journal works first, right? So you wanna put in your date. When did you enter the trade? What time? I'll tell you something. When I'm doing one-on-ones with students, I have to use their broker statement, right? You have to be willing to share that with me, right? It's private and confidential. It's your trade account. I understand, but I have to see. I have to see your habits. I have to see when. And your broker statements, right? It's everything. That's why I have to sit down with my broker statement. It tells you this is when you entered. This is the time you entered. This is when you got out on this day at this time. And all of this is going to provide later on a formula, a statistical behavior of who you are as a trader, right? So I've got the entry time. Tell us what you're trading. I hope you guys can see this, right? I can't make it too big because it actually changes a lot of things. In fact, it's a very sensitive document, right? So if you scroll down, you're not going to scroll down everything. You're just going to move the actual entries, right? So these have to remain pinned so that no matter how far down you go, you can see them, right? So let's see if we can get it a little bit up. No, we can't. Sorry, man. You just have to adjust. So time entry instrument, right? So this entry means your entry point, right? What was your EP? Where did you enter? Profit target, your from your analysis, from what you wanted in price, your exit point, your profit target. Stop loss is obviously your stop out. The exit date, whether you're intraday trader and you always leave on the same day, put it in the exit time, right? Exit time, and then closing price. So this is different from profit target because you could have a profit target over here, but you actually closed over there. So most of my trades, I would first break even and then lock profits. So my TP might be there, but because I've locked profits here and price actually comes back to kick me out at locked profit, I technically exited at my closing price, right? The closing price is where I came out. And I might not have hit my take profit. This is where I came out, right? Because that's actually going to calculate within the formula, some accurate stuff, right? And then you have to write long or short. Guys, it's a formula. So if you write buy or sell, there will be a warning that will pop up and say, sorry, you must write long or short. If that warning doesn't come out, just so you know, it won't calculate the rest of the stuff for you because it only understands long or short. That's how we talk in the markets. Whether we're going long, which means buy, short, which means sell. Stake in lot size. Make sure you write the lot size that you put in here. And then the green cells, you generally do nothing, right? You can just compare with your statement a couple of times. It won't add swap charges and those. Can't edit this out, sorry. It won't add it won't add the swap charges and the commissions and all that stuff, right? So you'll see there'll always be like a couple of cents difference on the spreadsheet and what the actual amount that you got hit on the broker's platform. Those couple of cents difference is the fact that your broker is also charging you for swap and all that kind of stuff. All right, on this spreadsheet, on the previous spreadsheet, I used to have it. Here, I just removed that capital risk. So anything in the green cells, you see the green cells, I've already locked them. Right? If you want to unlock them, you just right click. Right, and only unlock because you've got a lot of knowledge on Microsoft Excel. Because once you mess up one formula, you throw the whole journal off. Right, but if you just click here, unlock, protect sheet, it will ask for a password. That's the password there. All 365 students should have that password there. Right, so essentially, all of this becomes auto-generated. Everything in the green is auto-generated until this. Right, so I haven't had a chance to fill this in for myself. I will before I go to sleep. Right, any adjustments? Did you make any adjustments? Right, you had an entry point, you're a stop loss, you're a take profit. Why is your closing price different from your take profit? Mine were all the time. That's because I was in a rush to log, I was in a rush to make a little bit of money to show you that you can quickly grow an account. Was that a good plan for me? Is that helping the account? Is it growing the account? We're going to talk about it now, right? So reason for entry, right? Why did you take that trade? Reason for exit, and any comments, right? So here it talks to the psychology, the emotional well-being of the trader. It's important. This is important. A golfer spends most of his life on the golf course practicing his swing. I did military jiu-jitsu for about 17 years, hence the swords and the knives and my black belt and the medals and karate. I spent every single afternoon since the age of 4 in a dojo practicing my craft, right? Practicing my craft. Soldiers go to extreme boot camps to condition. They go to Navy SEAL training. They go through a lot to become soldiers. Traders, this is our element. This is where we actually thrive. We have to back test, we have to analyze. We have to back test, we have to analyze. The buying and selling in the markets is like the 2% of all the work behind a budding career. The real work is here. I don't have to be up at 1 a.m. chasing trades, and I still am. It's 1:15 right now. I still am up here. I'm hoping this will help you, but I'm doing it for me too. I mean, I want to be prepared tomorrow or a little bit later on today in the markets. I really do. There it is. There's the time. 1:15, Friday, right? I didn't trade today, and if I don't trade for the next 2 months of my life, I'm fine. But this is it. I have to show up every day, right? Keep fighting this thing. You can't check in and check out, right? Anyways, long story short, let's get back to the journal, because you know me, I'll start to preach and then this will be like a 10-hour video, right? So everything makes sense, right? The green cells, once again, are normally self-calculated. You can check them out if you want, right? So now if you go back to episode 1, you'll note that before thinking of this idea to start self-filming, I'd already had that NZD buy at our early hours of the morning, which set the tone, right? It set the tone at about 5 a.m. Let's see if I can find it on the charts, because remember, the charts will always have auto arrows to prove to you, in case there's someone there who's just joining their life. Every single Forex mentor is a liar. I'm just trying to look for this thing. Sorry, let me share my screen. But your statement will always, print the reality of things, right? So there it is. There is my real account, blah, blah, blah. Still waiting, still waiting. I'm on the 50 minutes chart because it just makes sense. And the date is the 2nd of August. I'm looking for the 2nd of August. Right. So you see, I don't know if you guys can see the same, but it clearly says buy auto trade. 0.35. It just gives you the lot size for 0.35. I don't know if it's the right one. I wish I could be accurate enough to find out there. There we go. And this was done on the 30th of July at 9:30 p.m. So that's not the right one. This one was done, or rather the candlestick is for, it's a lot of work, man. It's taking forever, but somewhere in here, stopped out. Right, so it was this buy. Definitely was this buy. It's definitely this buy somewhere here. Right, so somewhere there. Oh, there we go. You see that there? You see that? That says 2 August, 5 a.m. So somewhere in here, one of these candlesticks, because according to my statement at 10:05 a.m., I took that buy. And you can see the auto trade arrows are there, or held it all the way, then got out there, right? Took the exit there. So that was the very first trade of the series, right? That kind of like set the tone. And so I have it in here. And then I just kept going through my history and just inputting all the data, because I was just taking these trades and having fun. Like, how many trades can we take on NZD, USD, blah, 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 right? So I put in the instrument, my entry point, my profit target, my stop loss, the date, and when I exited. So I got in at 5 a.m., got out around about 1 p.m. on the same day, went long, 0.35 lot size, right? And you saw, because of how small my areas are, and how small the areas, you wouldn't believe this. Where's my phone? I got, for those of you interested, I did another COVID test, and the SMS came in today. I am COVID negative for sure. I just had a terrible bronchitis, right? Like a slight chest infection, but all that's clearing. I'm well. Everything is good. Right, so I will cough sometimes, I hope it doesn't bother you, right? So 0.35, and then I was rewarded $100.80, right? And then to just calculate, to say, okay, these are the profits, 0 losses, in terms of accumulation, right? Or what was accumulated on top of what was risk, capital risk, right? Because this is now being added to my capital, right? So it's an accumulative profit or accumulative loss to it. Risk on capital, return on capital is 100% because I didn't take a loss on the account. Average loss, there'll be an error here if you didn't lose. So if it's a winning trade like now, it's fine. And then to write number of wins, 1, 0 losses, my win rate is 100%. Therefore, my expense, there'll be an error here as well, because that'll only apply for losing trades, and then there's 0 drawdown on the account, right? Because I actually won money. Okay, now I'm inputting all this data, of all the trades I'm taking. You guys have watched episode 1 and 2 by now. So all these trades, you've seen me take them. You've seen me, where I got stopped out. You've already seen where I took profits, but there were little profits, or I got out too early, or I was too tight, or I took a loss because on Wednesday, ADP, the news, right? On ADP, remember, it was negative for job creation. The dollar dropped, but at 4 p.m. on the same day, it was extremely positive for manufacturing data. The dollar re-strengthened, right? So I'm trying to catch a sell. It goes against me, and the opposite goes against me twice, right? So yesterday, Wednesday, was actually a terrible trading day. But again, I'm only supposed to be risking 1% per trade on my account, and yet I've got 13 trades which almost or don't even make up, up to 1% of my account, right? So for me, I'm risking very little, and that's fine, but there's still a lot to improve. And like I said, moving forward, because I think it was the pressure of performing on camera, I'm not so sure what to put on my journal. I want it to be exciting, so I'm going to be taking trades. It's not how I live my life. It's not how I trade. So I'm glad I picked it up tonight as I was reviewing the last 2 days of trading. And this is what I keep trying to tell you guys. If you don't sit down with your trading journal and actually ask yourself, what the hell were you thinking? You will notice it too late when there's no account to salvage. this journal, doing this right now at 1 a.m. has helped me so much more than me looking for trades tomorrow. You know, you've seen when you go for swing trades and they are planned well ahead of time, we almost maintain 100% win rate. And you're not allowed to say that on the internet because everybody loses. And so when you say that, it's difficult for people to accept. But you guys saw last week, Friday, I sent out charts and then I sent the same charts back to you of the swing trades. All those swing trades did well. Right? I don't know how many people took them, but all of those swing trades, price got to where it was going, reacted how we said it was going to react, and then moved on with this merry profit way. And so that's what I am directing our show to, because it's still going to lead to more 5x, 10x, 20x your trading account, because the only thing that grows your account is accumulation of money on the one hand. On the other hand, losing less and less and less money, right? So it's a simultaneous thing. You have to accumulate profits while not losing capital. And so that's what I want this show to be about. That's what I have to maintain. I have to kind of like systematically walk myself back to saying, today, traders, trading is interesting, it's fun, it's exciting, but play to your strengths, right? My strength is swing trading, and I will still intraday trade, but I have to go back to making sure I don't miss those big moves, right? To kind of like grow the account. I apologize. I am very tired. I am very, very tired. I'm pretty sure I've got red eyes in the camera. All right. So look, man. So I just keep putting it in. So we kept buying and selling, depending on what we're looking at during the day. There were a couple of trades done. You know, we made a little bit of money. We broke even. Etc. etc. The profits for that day: $100, $14, $25. And then our first few losses were $10, right? You know, I'm risking 0.5 or 0.40, right? 0.35, quite significant. And I'm risking about $10 because the areas of values are very small. I'm in very tiny time frames. I'm hoping you guys understand the strategy, right? It's just a nice way to start. Clean, but you have to make sure you have a clean understanding of the MTA. And the lesson from USD Swiss franc, what I did with USD Swiss franc was fundamentally ignore everything else that I knew was going on about the market. All right. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because of the pressure. Let me just talk to you guys for a second, man. I still don't know why. Maybe, and I don't mean pressure in a negative way. I think I'm happy to deal with that version of the word pressure. It was really more because I'm recording every single trade, and I have to create like a story behind it, and I have to also walk you through a journey of potentially growing your accounts, right? It was almost like find trades. And so USD Swiss franc in episode 2, where I actually lose, eventually quite significantly. One of the losses is quite fatal. It's like $50 to me. It's fatal, even for this account. It's not cool, right? It's because everything that I knew, I ignored. I know that dollar is at a demand. We've been talking about this. I've been telling you guys that the DXY is at a daily demand. Yes, it's going up and down, blah, blah, blah. Yes, there were catalyst news events, which I always tell people. So this is the lesson. The news events will rock your world on the small time frames, but they won't always, in general, change the direction of price on those bigger time frames, because the bigger time frames act as shock waves, right? They absorb the shock. And so I'm in these stupid time frames, 15 minutes, 5 minutes chart, trying to catch a USD Swiss franc sale because there's a long-term downward drop. And yet I am now setting low, which I openly say on camera that this is low, it's a risky sale. And yes, so I accepted the risk, that's fine. But I still shouldn't have taken those trades. If you really think about it, the dollar was always going to end up winning in terms of strength because the dollar, the DXY, was on a daily demand, right? So when all that extra information, which I already knew, came together, it caught me on the wrong side, right? Because I'm still trying to entertain or create stuff. So I don't want the show to fail because it's not entertaining, or I have to release a video once a week because generally speaking, that's how long it takes for me to find a perfect entry, right? There's a lot of patience and waiting at play. right? And that might happen. Or this has been quite a chaotic week, for family and stuff. So maybe next week will be better, and I'll be able to cast my eye on a whole lot of charts such that I can find clean, better, opportunities, so to speak, right? So, but I found that interesting about myself. Like, dude, Leroy, how did this catch you off guard? And I'm happy it caught me off guard, because the most important thing that will always save a trader is his rules on risk management. Right, so you can fumble the risk, fumble the direction, fumble the structure, break 10 other rules. If your risk management is intact, you pay less for your mistake, right? And essentially, because you can imagine now, these losses for $10, $18, if these losses were at about 1% risk-worthy per trade of the account, then that's about $400 US gone right now on these two trades, right? And then I had a couple of small wins on NZD USD, right, which contributed, and then eventually I had a loss. Then so it's basically a break even. So 10 cents means I'd already broken even, and maybe my stop loss was just a little bit in front, of the entry point, nothing major. But for me, breaking even versus losing, always a far much more better plan, right, to break even. And the problems begin here with USD Swiss franc, right? And you already seen this in episode 2, right? So this is kind of like where the problems are, and I just can't catch a break, because I'm thinking I'm going to adjust my stop loss before 2:30, because I thought ADP was coming out at 2:30. ADP drops at 2:15. At 2:15, I'm busy talking to you guys in the public Telegram group, not even knowing that the data is out and markets are moving. So price moves against me, first on the sale, and then price moves against me on the buy, or something like that, something crazy like that, right? And then eventually I take a big hit of $53. Now, let's look at this again. So I'm kind of like just giving you a breakdown. And with me, guys, I honestly have nothing to lose. I have everything to gain by being transparent, number one, and also getting students into that mindset, right? I want to develop and create consistent traders. I fundamentally want to develop consistent swing traders, because that's my bias. We can talk a lot about that kind of stuff. But even in intraday, we will go back into this same account into next week. We will, when I'm fully present, and we'll get back to it. We'll get back. For those of you who are interested in this journey, we will get back to it. But this is important because of my ability to manage risk. Check this out. So this is the power of the spreadsheet, right? The spreadsheet allowed me to criticize myself, but more importantly, look what I've done. So the only thing that won't come in the actual PDF is the fact that you have to number, trades yourself, and I like that. And what I've done is I've numbered up to 30, because I truly believe in trading in clusters. I've already done the review now, and I'm already on trade 14, and I'm so happy I did, because I've taken 14 trades in 3 days or 2 days. That's mad. But retail traders, if you're an intraday trader, you don't keep track of that stuff. You'll be surprised how many ins and outs and ins and outs. When I get these statements, I'm always shocked. They're like 5, 6, 7, 20 pages, right? But how much of that is value for money? So already at 14, I've caught all the mistakes, all the poor decisions I've made. I've managed to assess the psychological pressure of recording my trades, right? And my need to always try and trade for the camera. And it's now allowed me to actually go, okay, damn. It didn't feel like a lot, because it was fun. It was like a 10 minutes, because I'll just open Zoom, I record, and then I pause, go do other things, come back if I'm on the charts, and then put the clips together. So it doesn't feel like, it's been 14 trades in 2 days. It feels like I've just been in NZD, USD, and USD Swiss franc. But now, bro, I've taken 14 trades. Now, was it profitable? Let's find out, right? Let's find out. So what I do is that now I know that by the time I get to trade number 30 on this red line, it's time to do another assessment of myself. Am I getting better? I'm not getting better yet. I need more time. I need more data. Sure, I am getting better. Fantastic, right? This is a good way to track it. So at 14, trades. Here's now what was important now. It's this green area on the spreadsheet. Okay, so this green area here, right, will tell you everything. So now if you move, yes, it's easy to track money when you're looking at profits and loss, right? So remember the profits and loss thing just helped us there. You made profits on this trade, so you didn't make a loss, or you made a loss here, so you didn't make a profit. That's nice, right? Accumulative profits and loss, not too important. All right, but they give you a nice number to work with. You know, all right, dude, whenever you're making this type of money, this is how much you're accumulating as you go. But when you start to lose money, this is how much you're taking away, right, from the thing. The most important thing that I want to talk to you guys about here is the average profit versus the average losses, number one. Okay, so let's do this. What I'm going to take from this trade in general right now, but what I want to know about myself in the last 2 days, 14 trades in this silly challenge, in this challenge, you know, that I've put upon myself is, number one, what is the ratio against average profit? Even if I lose 7 trades and I win 3, when I hold for profits and when I hold my losses, where's my focus mentally, right? So average profits versus average losses. We need to go through that in detail, right? Before I go to sleep. And then number 2, we're gonna look at the win slash to losing ratio, right? So how many trades did I actually win? Did I actually lose? And then number 3, today, after doing this analysis and all that stuff, what's my win rate so far? 2 days. It's too early to say this is who you are as a trader, right? You have to give yourself a proper cluster, 30 days, 30 trades, you know, over and again. So you do the first 30 cluster 1, then another 30 cluster 2, and then you say, I've done 25 clusters in 1 month. What's my actual win rate, right? But I'm going to give you my current win rate, right, with the current number of trades I have taken. All right, so this is what we're going to look at here, and it's important. So let's talk about the average profits versus average losses first, according to the trades that I took, and because this is based on a simple formula, looking at your entry point, pips gained, you know, in profits, pips not gained in terms of stop loss hits and in negative terms, and also profits, the actual profit value and the actual dollar losing value. Right, so average profits, let's start from right at the beginning, from trade 1. All right, let's start from trade 1. Average profit is right here. From trade 1, obviously my first trade was a profitable trade of $100. There was 0 average losses. Then the second trade was $57, no average losses. 40, no average losses. And then in trade number, well, I don't know now, 1, 2, 3, 4. In trade number 4, I experienced a loss, right? So this is my first loss. So again, we've got 14 trades so far. We have to build this. We have to build this. I want you to know, it's very important. You have to talk to yourself. So far, I've got 14 trades in the whole chart. 14 trades, right? And so it's going to look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's important I do this. Just bear with me. If you have nothing to do, just quickly like and share and subscribe, please, if you're enjoying this content. Instead of watching me get all the way to number 14, just quickly right click, share it on your Facebook, etc. I'm quite excited about the women's event coming up as well. I'm quite excited about that. So I've got 14 trades. I have 14 trades according to this whole thing. And according to this whole thing, I won trade 1, trade 2, trade 3. I'm not so sure if I won trade 4. Let's go find out. Right. I am a tired little man. Right. So I'm just going to start again. Right. So trade 1, trade 2, trade 3. So I won the first 3 trades, 1, 2, 3. Trade 4 is not a win, right? Trade 4 I think, is a loss, right? Can you see here? Loss, profit, loss. So trade 4 is a loss. And I lost about 10 bucks or 11 bucks to be precise. Share that, right? So trade 4 is a no, right? Because this is a yes, this is a no. And in trade 4, the no specifically talks about the fact that I lost the trade. I lost the trade. So I've got 3 trades won, and then a 4th one is not a win. And I'm pretty sure the next one, trade 5, not a win. It's just easier, guys, if I quickly do it this side. And I hope there's a little bit of trust there, right? So trade 5, no. Trade 6 is a $14 US loss, I think, or worse, I don't know. Yes, it is. So trade 6 is a loss. And let's just quickly all go back to the spreadsheet because I'm struggling to kind of like split the screen in my head and you guys miss out on what I'm looking at. So let's start again for the last time. 1, 2, 3 out are winning trades, right? And then 4 lost, and then 5 lost, and then 6 lost, and 7 lost. I'm so tired. You have no idea. Looking, especially when you're this tired, it's crazy. 1, 2, 3. Right. So we're clear. 4 lost, 5 lost, 6 lost, 7 lost. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Here are the losses. I'm looking at the average profit, right? So I'm supposed to count from here. I won't even edit this out. I'm so tired. Right. So 1, 2, 3 are wins. And then 4 is a loss. 5 is a loss. All right. So let's see what we have there. I'm just going to open the whiteboard so that I don't have to keep jumping on screen. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 are losses. Let's remove this. Right, so we're not yet sure about 6. Let's find out if 6 is a loss because I was looking at the wrong place. 1, 2, 3 wins, 4, 5 is a loss, 6 is a win, $14, 6 and 7 are wins. 6 and 7 are wins in terms of trades. So 6 and 7 are wins. Right, 6 and 7 are wins. And then we've got 8 here, which seems to be a loss. Right, 8 there is a loss. And because we've got 8 as a loss, 9 is the 10 cents win. It's not a loss. And then 10 is also a win. So 9 is a 10 cents win. And then 10 is also a win. So 8 is a loss, 9 is a 10-cent win, and then 10 is also a win, the $2.70. And then the rest surely are probably USD Swiss franc trades, I think. Because 11 is a loss, 12 is a loss, 13 is a loss, 14 is a loss. Right, 11 is a loss, sorry. 11 is a loss. 12 is a loss, 13 is a loss, right? And all these are all the pound. I know that doesn't make sense. 11 is a loss, 13 is a lot, 14 is a lot, right? And this is the situation here, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've got 7 wins, right? Okay, and if you add these two, they're supposed to add up to 14, right? If that equation will help you balance yourself. Now, it's quite simple then. What the spreadsheet does is it puts all this data together and starts to tell you. So I was looking here between profit and loss, but now we're going to start to look at the average profit and the average loss, right? So we can quickly do this from ground up. The average profit was about 25 US dollars 23 cents in the last 14 trades on average. I made $100 there, I made 22, I made 40, but on average, it'll put me about 25 bucks, you know, per trade. The average loss, and this is like at the end, the average loss range at about $18.50. Now, I want to see with the losses, if there's anything higher than $18.50, there is nothing. So the maximum average losing trades I was taking, roughly when put together on a scale of average, you know, the mean is $18. But when I'm talking about winning trades, by the time I was done with my cluster of 14 trades, the average win in general is about 25 US dollars, right? So on average, I am still winning far much more better than I'm losing, but it's very close. And then automatically, my current win rate has been calculated based on the last entry, which has dropped from 57% to 53%. And I'll show you what that looks like. When I started this challenge right at the beginning, I first trade made a profit of 180 US dollars, no nothing, etc., etc. My win rate was obviously 100%. And when I won again, it was 100%. And I won again, it was 100%. But then when I started to lose in the market space, and then my win rate started to drop down, you know, a little bit, etc., from 100%, 80%, 60%. And you can see over time, this is what I'm talking to you guys about, some progressive decline is starting to happen to me. So I need to quickly reset, reboot, and start to do what works and not what I think will be fun. All right, but essentially, I'm at about 53.3%, which means it'll be nice when the 30th comes of the month, that essentially all of this kind of stuff be split and re-looked at. So right now I'm at 53.3%, right, win rate. Here it is here, according to this data. So within the next 14 trades, which will get me to 30 trades, hopefully there is now a difference in my win rate, right? There's a difference in my win rate. Some of those trades will be swing trades, some of those trades will be intraday trades, etc., etc. I will have to fill all of this in sometime today as well. But yeah, I'm very happy I did this, you know. I'm very happy I did this, and I'm happy we caught it. I caught it quite early inside, you know, during the production of this whole thing that I'm doing, because this has really helped me narrow it down. If I'm taking an intraday trade, keep it simple, stupid, right? That's the acronym of KISS, right? Literally, that's how you should live your life as a trader. That's how you should trade in the market. KISS stands for keep it stupid. Oh no, keep it simple, stupid, right? So I need to KISS my methodology, I have to KISS my trading and keep it as simple as possible, right, guys? That's it for now. Let me go get some shut eye, shake my hand. All the best during your NFP trading. You're probably going to watch this after NFP, so I hope it went well for you. It's not the end of the world if it didn't. It's just a news event. Most pro traders don't even look out for it that much, essentially. But in any case, if you lose money trading NFP, take the L and the weekend to go with the L to really de-stress and also just figure out what you did wrong and why. And one of the things that you're doing wrong right now is if you don't have a trading journal, it's a problem. I've got 3 or 4 or 5 of them right now. And look at my process. I hope you guys can see this stuff. See this day? This is a normal notepad. I've already started planning the markets for tomorrow. I tell you now in my trade plan, NFP, right? Watch out for volatility. Last NFP spike was 10 cents on the DXY. NFP spike, the same one, 11 pips on pound, 15 pips on euro. So now I know tomorrow, at least not to be a fatalist of history, I need at least a 20 pips difference, right? Between my entry point and where I would most likely to pop a pillow, you know, or like blow my account, so to speak. I would like an area of value that is about 20 pips right wide, okay, and I can put my stop loss just under there, because it seems to me that this is the range of the spike for NFP, you know, 11 pips on pound USD, 15 pips on euro USD, 12 pips on USD JPY, etc., etc. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you. Shake my hand, and I'll see you in the next take of this series, right? 365, man. Cheers. Shake my hand. What's up, everybody? Boom, we're back. Episode 2 just dropped, which, you know, you're gonna see when you see it. It's 25 past 2. Ooh, it's 25. Man, the markets are scared. So I've just done a crazy breakdown on Telegram group. Well, not now, but a couple of minutes ago, the crazy Telegram group, just explaining what I think is going to happen during NFP and why I think it's one of those to be cautious about. And I don't think I'm going to get triggered into trades. I'm definitely not going to do market execution. That's not going to happen. It's been a terrible trading week, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, family stuff. I'm sure you've caught up with the episodes, so you'll know. But if you look carefully, what I sent everyone in the public Telegram group was I was going to do this crazy long video on NFP, giving out predictions before, and then we see if I'm right or wrong. But it's all in here, right, in our public Telegram group. I hope you guys join it. I'll put it on. It's in the link down below, so you should check it out there. Right. So last month's NFP, right? The spikes were not too bad. So if I was to trade it, this would be my first, bit, right? This would be my first bit to kind of like give myself 20-25 pips range. But markets are stalling, man. I mean, I don't want to go through all of this right now. It would take too much time, and then I'll miss the data release. But it's in our public Telegram group. But look at the charts. Markets are literally just playing mind games. And so that to me is quite interesting. Let me just reshare the screen here. So let's first go to the live account, and I'll see you where I'm sitting, right? 3 minutes left, at least South African time, and there's nothing, right? So this consolidation has been going on for a while. I'm not in Euro USD. I've just got it open in case I see a move. Pound, this was a clear for me. I wanted price to get here, that quasi-model daily supply that we spoke about, right? A while back, right? So I wanted price to return back to the neckline. There's a strong supply on the 1 hour time frame. I want to take this trade, a sell from here all the way back down there. Lots of money to be made if that plays out today. NZD USD, you'll remember we missed the beautiful, we were not triggered here. This is where I was not triggered. So markets are making their way down. NZD is a buy trade. I really can't emphasize how badly I want to be inside this trade, right? I really can't emphasize that. These white lines are my daily separators, right? And these just remind me of where the lows are per day or the highs per day. And you'll see that where my pending orders are maybe a little bit too low now, because they're still the same ones from last time, right? There's a high chance that price could return here, and I'd love it to, but it's all based on NFP. We've got 2 minutes left. What's annoying is being in Africa is, the results take forever. I feel like there's like a lag, like a 60-second, sometimes a whole minute lag, between data release and market movement, right? Let me see, if things go bad. So for example, if NFP is just crazy bullish, like I explained in the public Telegram group, and I assume the dollar is going to be extremely strong, I am going to quickly close my pending orders. I will not allow for those sales to happen, because I would be the greater fool, right? But the distance between where price is right now to my pending orders is only 46 pips. So that spike that I spoke about last time was about 25, 15, 20-ish pips across all pairs. My hair is falling apart. So yeah, I just need to be careful about that. I don't want to be triggered into a sell when this thing is just going to buy, right? 60 seconds left, 60 seconds left, 60 seconds left. And I just need to make sure I can quickly access my sell limits on the platform, right? So again, markets are it's a hefty bit, right? 870K, I think is quite hefty. Results are out and price is moving, right? But you can see on my platform, I can't see it yet. Results are out and price is racing. I don't know. It's racing up, and I still don't have results. I'm not yet triggered in that sell. Oh my goodness, strong dollar, right? So there we go. Non-farm payroll, we got a strong dollar, right? 943, right? So we spoke about that in the public Telegram group. Unemployment rate, did that go up or down? Because that's important. Went down, right? It was at 5.7. Now it went down, right? So USD is going to be very strong. I am closing USD Swiss franc sales. They could still hold, but I don't want any of that smoke. I don't want any of that smoke. NZD, USD, it means price is going to drop, right? Because the dollar is strong. So would I be so blessed for price to drop to this area of value so I can get a good buy? I hope so. All right, but that's pretty much it. There's our dollar index running into that H4 supply where we've been waiting. All right, so based on how this supply on the DXY, I hope I'm sharing the screen. I hope I'm sharing the screen. Based on how this supply is going to hold on the DXY, right? Then I can then watch price carefully come, to some specific sell places. So if markets respect this, which I don't see why it wouldn't, all right, hoo-ha. It's actually a big deal that NFP was positive because now markets are literally thinking about tampering. The Fed said, look at the next two job reports, which is August, it's happened, and the following month. And then if, there is something to kind of like reconcile, then they will then push for temperance or push for policy change. And the job report has been quite positive, at least number one. So I should expect mayhem. Let's check the tech stocks because I also put that out on the public Telegram group. But if this happens, right, this should bleed a bit. Right, so you can see it's not the craziest reaction. What's going on here? It's actually like markets took their time to get to these levels. They're like tiptoeing around them, and then now even the reaction is not as crazy. And I'm assuming priced in everything. I'm wondering if it's not because of that, right? So a 365 candle. Holding this down, but you can see already strong dollar, right? You can see there's a slope to the downside, right? So we'll see if this holds. We'll see this holds because I do believe the afternoon belongs, or afternoon this side, morning in the States, but this New York session belongs to the dollar. I will give it that. It absolutely belongs to the dollar, and we got very close to that number, right? And way like I said anywhere between 900 to 1.2 million, and we're like on 900,000 jobs. And I explained the logic why, right? So I can actually go back to my notes now. I don't particularly feel like taking any trades. It's more of a mindset thing. And now I can maybe relook this area here. I mean, I could leave a pending order, but maybe start to reduce the lot size now because I had quite a good, hefty sale. I think it would still sell. I think it would. I think I'll still be able to make some type of money by selling here. All right, so I've deleted them because I just thought I was going to get like a crazy spike. This take profit is probably from this buy limit here. So I was ready for whichever price. I found my supplies and my demands, and then I wait for the data and I move accordingly. Okay. So if this had done that, then hopefully I'd been triggered for a good buy up to there, and I'd sell orders here and they're gone. So now I'm starting to reconsider because it's not too volatile, right? It's just kind of like dancing, but not too crazy. And this area of value is about 36 pips. So I'm considering re-putting the sell because you can see it's struggling. Like it spiked up. It did spike up almost like 5 minutes ago. I'm on the 5 minutes chart. Right, and good for you, but it's struggling. Let's measure this spike. About 7 pips. Well, the whole candlestick actually. Sorry, that was stupid. Right, so about 18 pips. Right, so it's still like exactly the same range as last time. And if you wanted to get into this piece of the action, what you'd hope for is a retest of this bullish engulfment that's been formed right now. But markets will most likely choose to fill this wick. But before they fill the wick, if you're lucky, then this normally would happen. Let me just delete this. Yeah, man. The thing is, if I don't take a trade now, it kind of like frees me up because then I don't have to do that kind of stuff today. And then I just call it a week, and then I can regroup because I still haven't really mapped out the proper swing trades. It's been very, very busy. But on the 5 minutes chart, if you're to get a nice retest of these levels here, all right, this is the kind of like trade you want to take, and then, you know, hope for the best. Holds, risk little, risk a lot, up to you. But this is what we're looking for, right? There. This is what we're looking for, somewhere there. Right, and it could happen, it could not happen. I mean, these are very tiny time frames, right? They really don't constitute for much. But this still looks attractive. So the plan for me, you know, still stands. I feel like I should sell up there. I genuinely do. I feel like I should not really care about dollar strength. It doesn't even look that strong. Like it is a beautiful boost for the dollar. The Fed's got the numbers that it wants. Tempering, market's going to be really thinking about tempering a lot. The other thing that we have to talk about maybe is CAD, right? Because CAD results also came out. And then I think the next direct entry should just be me mapping out the next trades I will be taking next week. And then maybe I give myself a day off, man, because I've been doing quite a lot behind the scenes that have really nothing to do with trading, but have to be done. All right, so look at CAD. CAD unemployment change, look at this. They wanted 148, they got 94, right? Unemployment rate was at 7.4, it's gone up. Well, Leroy, CAD this, CAD that. CAD was always going to fall because it was leaving a supply. There was someone who said something so scary on Facebook and said supply and demand has been blowing accounts since forever. Jeez. And then they said, and their proof is, if supply and demand works, why are they stop loss hunts? Market manipulation. How else are the banks supposed to make money? I mean, it's got nothing to do with the strategy, right? It's about understanding your zones. Right, so we had a supply on the governing time frame, so CAD is still weak, right? And the data supports that, right? So there's really, oh, there's not even CAD, sorry, CXY. That makes more sense, right? There we go, right? Leaving a supply, as we said, it broke. This is a monthly chart, guys. It broke a trend line long time ago. So when you get data like this, right? This is why I always say supply and demand works, because the data came out today. But look at the banks. Banks have been moving and increasing their sell positions for the last 2 months, right? Today is merely a confirmation of already the profits that they're in. There it is, breaching Golfing pattern, retest of the breaching Golfing pattern, right there. It literally happens every day like this. It is shocking, right? I think when you don't understand something, a lot of people get very confused. They confuse their misunderstandings to how markets work, right? So there it is, their markets came back, did the lovely, you know, just to confirm the pressure, and dropped the whole of last month. And I'm assuming there's going to be a continued downside. In fact, for the rest of the month of August, I wouldn't be surprised if this wick gets filled, right? It's not what I'm saying is going to happen, but I would not be surprised if that wick gets filled, right? We are in a weird demand that has already been tested. You know, this is the CAD index, but anything can happen, right? There's not much to catch it. So USD CAD would be an interesting chart to be in right now. All right, so markets did hit a supply, give or take, on the 19th of July. This is on the weekly time frame, and then in this week of August, first week of August, you know, this was strong, right? The dollar was always strong. The dollar had left a daily demand, as I'll keep saying this. So it was obvious that this was going to be a green week for USD CAD. And if you go to the daily time frame, you know, that's what's happened there. And now we know that CAD is weak, right? It's gotten like terrible data, terrible employment change, unemployment keeps going up. And we also have the fact that the dollar is still, you know, leaving a daily demand, but now at an H4 supply. So it's quite interesting, right? So there's really not much. I'm so glad with such a chilled NFP. I was you know, panicking a bit because I know the markets wanted this. They wanted, you know, this to be beat, NFP to be positive. And what set panic in me and in a lot of people was the fact that ADP, the non-farm payroll exchange, did not. Look at this. The forecast was 695, and their survey gave them 330. So this center are like a scared toad. If you look at markets from Thursday and you watch episode 2, I show you markets are just frozen. in complete consolidation. They just did not know which way to go, right? And now there's going to be clarity next week, right? So we continue with an interesting dollar, right? We'll see if the dollar can pierce this area of value. All right, it kind of like got in and then just boom, felt like it hit a brick wall, right? So it hasn't been much movement ever since, but that is a bullish engulfing pattern, which is fantastic. I definitely won't be trying to buy the DXY personally. I will not be trying to buy it, but we'll see how it fares. The other thing to see is gold. So gold overreacted, man. Gold was like, oh gosh, the dollar is going to be strong because NFP is positive, and the gold just took a swing dive, right? Let's look at this demand here. Let's go to H4. All right, so this is a very beautiful demand. Did good pushing price all the way up there. Fresh touch on this thing was yesterday at 3 p.m. So yesterday in the New York session. And then throughout the whole night, Asian markets kept bleeding into the area of value. And if you think about where the reasonable body candles end without the wicks, it's somewhere here, right? So they've broken this and now we're going to the downside, right? So if you're a gold lover, and this is why I want to watch and see, because maybe the dollar will have a delayed reaction and really strengthen against that H4 supply. But, you know, if you get something like this, then I'll sell. I'll sell gold up until, no, maybe there, definitely there is good, but maybe there just to keep some profit. So maybe 2 targets, 1, and somewhere there 2. That's gold, right? Because gold has broken somewhat of a significant hold in demand. On the daily time frame, fine, same situation. I do want to really swing sell gold when it gets its FOMC level here. Right, so gold is acting, you know, very normal, right? Positive NFP, strong dollar, no need for the gold safe haven. Money goes to the dollar, gold drops, right? So I want to see if there's been, how's Dow reacting, Dow Jones. Right, like I said, indices are going to be red, right? So the drop is continuing. SXP. S&P 500, very interesting. S&P 500 going for the all-time high. She is literally trying to go for the all-time high. Very, very interesting. I mean, I'll have to quickly figure out why this is. I mean, I don't have the answer right now, but I find it very interesting that she would do this. Let's track 2nd of July. 2nd of July was when, and just so you know, markets have filled those wicks, say those big spikes at the reaction of news. Yeah, I'm right. 2nd of July was the last NFP last month, the previous month. Right now, markets have got a massive big green candle. All right, so this is 2nd of July. And you remember NFP was a mixed bag last time. And because of that, you know, not much really happened 2nd of July. What's going on here? Okay, guys, I mean, there's really not much. I don't think there's a lot to talk about. I'm just really happy, quite chilled, very calm market reaction. I mean, a lot of people could have easily got in, right? So it did sell a bit. Wait, that's the first. There we go. That's the second. Sold a little bit, and then with a little bit of a dip, and then markets recovered and then bought back, right? So they bought the dip essentially, right? So maybe this should be studied for its reactions to NFP, because I find this very interesting. Okay, but yeah, that's all it is for now, man. Shake my hand if there's something else. If I decide to get in, if I see a pullback, I don't know, I will record it and keep you up to date. But I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling emotionally exhausted, and I'm thinking maybe just relax, you know, just you know, after seeing yesterday's stats again on my trading journal, right, in episode 2, then there was definitely that you need to like really calm down. You know, I know you're enjoying this type of content, Leroy, but you need to calm down and then come back, you know,
5. Shake my hand. I was actually sleeping, and then one of the kitties woke me up. Remember I said I'll be watching for these levels. So let's actually see what's going on. I noticed I'm in profits, and I don't understand why. Right? I don't understand why, because remember this is a one of those trades where I said if I was to go positive, which I was positive 5 minutes ago, it should be probably a good idea to close. And now I'm just interested in seeing what's going to happen. Go back to sleep, little girl. Go back to sleep. Right, so price is clearly trying to jump out of the this range. But what's funny is we're at a gap down. Right, so I try to make sense of what I was seeing through moving averages and all sorts of things. Um, looks like a value-based demand setup. But I still can't make sense of it. I will, Talita. I'm making a video. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. It's just for now. It's difficult to call if this is gonna work out. What have I done to this thing? Apologies, guys. It's just I'm just trying to get a good view. So this could go up. If it does go up, given the fact that if you're just looking at it from a line graph perspective, right? This is what's happening. It could. If I can just get an arrow. Yes, man. There we go. There's nothing here really to stop price from rallying up until we get there, right? And that would be a good place for me to take profits. I would take profits if I wake up and price is somewhere here before the London session. I would take profits. I don't know if it will, right? But I'm quite impressed that price has been very kind to me. Because I really thought I'd lost this particular trade. I just don't know. As MT5s, I've forgotten now how to go back to candlesticks. I have forgotten how to get back to candlesticks. Right, I'll figure that out later. 365. Wishing you guys a good night. Right, so we'll see. USD Swiss franc. If NZD is strong, which means dollar is pulling away for whatever reason. So obviously this is gonna fall a bit, but it's like a contest, right? Because then the dollar is swinging back up as well on the smaller time frames. And there was actually a gap here, so price did gap to the downside, but I can't show it to you because I don't know where the candlesticks are. It's gonna take me a while to figure this out. Right, guys, let me go to sleep. If I don't sleep, this little girl won't sleep. 365, shake my hand. Okay, I figured out how to remove the line graph. So here's the candlestick setup. Right, so you can see there was a gap, right, in the as soon as markets opened. Hello, baby. Just wait. See that big gap to the downside. Markets moved to close the gap, got to the top. That's all those buys were washed down. So we now got a strong doji on the 50 minutes chart. And if you see, I'm back to the negative. Hello. Hello. Hi. Right. USD Swiss franc. It's not a video, little one. Look at that. Also big gap, right? Price gapped down on the opening, which is quite confusing because you think price gapped up. Remember, this is dollar is supposed to be continuously strong after what happened, right? So I'm hoping these gaps, this one at least, created a supply. I'm hoping it's a pro gap. It created a supply somewhere here, right? And we don't have the best type of supply yet, right? But it'll be nice if price was to try and make it back here just to bounce. That would be nice. And so since I'm already in this trade, not much I can do now than just wait and see what's going to happen, right? And how I thought I was on the other side of price for USD Swiss franc. Right, anyways, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. We'll see what happens tomorrow at London session. If I am dinged out of this trade, then so be it. But this is weird. My sell is here, up here. This is so weird. My sell is up here. Price gapped down, and I'm in the negative. This makes no sense. Maybe I need to sleep. Maybe I'm confused. Right, so this is better. A better view. You can see where I sold. Yeah, I am right. I sold somewhere up there. Here, this is where I sold. Look where price. Oh, the spread. Look how big the spread is. The spread is the problem right now. Jeez, I didn't even notice. Right, okay, we've got almost like a 10 pip spread, give or take. All right, that's fine. Anyways, guys, good night. See you next time. Can I say bye-bye? Okay, she's just waving. Cheers, guys. 365, shake my hand. Right, guys, so as you can see, there are these two clips here that I need to combine with the other clips so I can finally have episode 3 ready for you. But just so you're aware, today is Wednesday. I last recorded anything to do with trading on Sunday/Monday, early hours of the morning. So hopefully you guys checked out the war room on Sunday. But really, in terms of what we've been doing together in this journey of growing accounts, managing intraday trades, I really haven't had, like just always busy with personal stuff. It's felt like that anyways for the last week. But on Monday was Women's Day. I'm surrounded by queens, so I had to just focus on that. On Tuesday was my boy's birthday. And it's a rule in this house. If it's your birthday, we celebrate the whole day. So there was no work. So I'm recording this on Wednesday night at about 6:45 p.m. And not much trading has been done. So it seems like if I am to do any type of trading, it's going to happen on Thursday and Friday for this week, which might be the beginnings of, episode 4. We shall see. But just so we're all up to date with the account, remember the account was, active during NFP or after NFP or something like that on the Friday. And I didn't do much then because the funeral and all sorts of things that I think I spoke about and covered in episode 2 or in this episode 3, you'll see earlier on. But essentially, if I go back and show you Monday, which was the 9th, right? So the positions that I was in, and I'm sure you've already seen the previous recordings where I'm talking about how, well, if this is positive now, later on I should break even or close in profits or lock. Essentially, NZD, USD stopped me out. I think I went back to sleep, and you can see it stopped me out. Does it write the time? I don't know. But it doesn't say here. So this is when. So you see there's 1742, or under open. I opened it on 1742, and right at the top there, right at the top there, you can see just above the minus 29. It stopped me out at 10 to 2 a.m. Right. So it went lower, but ironically, if you actually check the charts and if you watch the war room, it literally stopped me out somewhere here where these arrows are. And then went lower to an H4 order block. You wouldn't believe this. I sound weird. I think I sound weird. And that's because I got flu again. Man, kids. I'm sick again, But yeah, anyways, I'm taking care of myself and medicating. It's just the flu. But yeah, so it took that H4 order block, or as it used to, and it's running right now. And I keep telling you that I really wish I'd done a proper swing trade of this instead of an intraday trade. But I explained the positionality of this pair on the war room. So please do check out the war room if you haven't already. And then the other pair, that did what it did was what's it called? USD Swiss franc. I was in profits for a while, then I broke even. All right, and then I just went on with my day, and then it seems like I was stopped out later on. I was in a sell already pre, a lot of the volatility and all that stuff, and the dollar pushed up historically because of NFP, good numbers, all that stuff that we covered, right? So I was in a silly trade. That was quite profitable for a bit. I don't know if I've got clips of it being profitable, but in the long run, the trend will always win. All right, so this is it, guys. But if you check the trading journal entry, we're done. Right, I've done, I think I wanted it to be 15, but unfortunately ended up becoming 16. I've taken 16 trades and they haven't been the best. So now what I want to do is, now that we've got this contrast, right, because a lot of people come to me and I tell students this all the time, there's nothing wrong with being an intraday trader. It's just that the ups and downs are a lot, and for a big account, it doesn't matter. The reality is, for a big account, it really doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm now making a whole video, but you guys are looking at nothing. It doesn't matter, right? Oh, sorry, this is a real account, by the way, in case people are wondering. You know how they are, right? So real account. It doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that I was able to limit my risk so that the damage to the account is little. But moving forward now, I'm going to start to swing, right? I'm going to show you the difference. So it was supposed to be 15 perfect trades, because remember I said we're doing a cluster of 30. So my next 15 trades are going to be swing trades, right? Swing trades. I might, look for entries on the 1 hour time frame. I might, but overall, I'm looking for H4 daily, right? And that means there'll be less trading because I've done 15 trades, 16 trades in about a week, right? That's crazy for me. I never traded. I used to trade like that. I don't anymore, right? So now you're gonna see how long it takes me to enter 15, and we're gonna be using the pending order system. So I won't be there to do market execution. I'm just gonna be pending order. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm back to trading, right? Everything is now calmed down in the house. 365, shake my hand. See you guys in the next video.